Audible to everyone?
Yeah. Yes, you are audible.
Or shall we not like this?
Sorry.
Yeah. एक बार stop share. Stop share. Screen share stop once. Yeah. Now share again. A window will pop up. Then see where the video file is. Click on that.
Yeah, I can see it now. Is this better?
Yes. Before that, Shalvi, you can also introduce yourself.
Sure. Hello, my fellow mates. I am Shalvi. I'm from Gujarat. I have recently graduated from Bachelor's in Business Administration from Ahmedabad University, and I am the gold medalist for my batch with my majors in finance and economics. I have also been a student exchange alumni of the United States, where I participated in Young Women Leaders in Public Policy Making. And in this year, I'll be pursuing my postgraduate diploma program in public policy at Indian School of Public Policy in Delhi. I will share my screen. I'll play the video now.
Every woman has a story that makes her feel anxious, scared, and vulnerable. It is a story of a woman's very first period. Hi, I'm Shalvi Shah, and I'm here to share my first period story through Project Mars. I remember feeling scared and confused when it happened for the first time. But I was lucky to have the support of my loved ones and help me go through my very first period. Experiencing menstruation for the first time is a mixture of emotions. It's about nervousness, it's about excitement, and also uncertainty. For some, menstruation or getting the first periods is all about a milestone, but for me, it was a journey towards womanhood. When I got my first periods, I was caught a bit off guard. I was not able to understand what is going to happen with me. But navigating through the menstrual hygiene and menstrual products, I was able to understand my body's natural cycles. Experiencing menstruation for some is a taboo, and for some it's a means of empowerment. I've always considered menstruation to be a source of empowering oneself and empowering women so that they could understand their bodies in a better way. It is something which is pure and not considered to be impure. And with this, I understood that experiencing the first menstruation and the first period is the utmost importance, and it also taught me the cruciality of menstrual awareness, hygiene, and sanitation. Through mass menstrual awareness, hygiene, and sanitation, we empower women with knowledge and resources to manage their periods with confidence and dignity. Together, let's break the stigma around menstruation and ensure that every woman gets the access to the support that she needs. Join us in this mission with Project Mars as we create a world for every young girl to provide the information and the support that she needs and create a healthy and a very bright future.
This is the visual that we created for the research that I'm working on. Professor Patel, you are on mute.
Yeah, I think you have covered the issue well, but I think you should also have shown the work that you are doing, no? Through
Yes.
MA. That would have increased the authenticity of what you are saying. Because
Can I
individual
show-
experience, yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Can I show that since we had the work that we have done, I mean, at some places, it was not allowed to capture it because of the confidentiality of the students who are already there. But we have certain pictures. I can show it if you allow it.
You can blur the faces, no? That is possible.
No,
if
so
they
I have
question of
I have a
yeah.
template, and I have certain pictures which we have made. If you can give me a minute, I can just share my screen.
So I think that should be embedded in your main this thing.
Sure
Because
thing.
that will
Noted.
increase the authenticity.
So if you see that these are the drives, and we have conducted in the first row, if you can see, it is a visual from Anganwadi, which is in Ahmedabad. And we conducted not only just by educating them in a conventional way about menstrual awareness and hygiene, but we started off with the icebreaker to understand that what are the challenges do they face and what do these girls know about menstruation, because the age group that they belong to is somewhere around 13 to 19 or 20 at max. And doing the field work, which I've also inculcated in my research paper, that most of these girls do know about what menstruation is, but from the field work and the surveys that we have done, we understand that they don't know that how correctly you can use a sustainable menstrual product. And some of these girls also used to use cow dung or dry grass or ashes per se, when when a menstruation, I mean, when they get periods every month. So these are certain visuals that we were able to capture.
Rajasthan, they are also using sand, no?
Yes.
Sand is factor.
Yeah.
So I think if you embed all these pictures with
Sure.
intermittently when you are speaking, that will increase the authenticity. That it is not one individual experience, but even the whole community. How you are reaching out. Your
Sure.
starting point is your awareness, and then reaching out to the people who are not given this kind of supportive, this thing, supportive
Noted.
background or supportive.
Yeah. Got it. Thank you so much.
Anyone else who would like to present?
Who is ready now? Even your work in progress can be shared.
Yeah. I think we should move forward.
Okay.
So now I would like to invite Professor Vibhuti Patelji for her remarks on this session.
Yeah. I think today we had a very good session. Both of them, the touchstone of constitutional framework for policy formulation. Both the practicing lawyers, they shared grounded experiences, and I think some of the roles of like some of the very proactive judges, they also played a very important role in shaping the whole movement for people's public interest litigation. And as per the Constitution of India, like union is described as India is described as a union of states, and it is organized on a federal lines with jurisdiction of powers between center and states, and independent judiciary to determine constitutionality of actions of legislature and executive. Both Advocate Albertina and Advocate Shalu Nigam, they also very beautifully and very convincingly they showed the interface between community and the laws and the judiciary, the responses of that, and how the whole series of legal reforms and we got. And during the 80s, we also, the father of PIL, Justice VIBHUTI, also gave a momentum and impetus to the people's participation in the access to justice. Dr. Shalu Nigam spoke a lot about contribution of Justice VIBHUTI, but I think we should also get an opportunity to know what was the contribution of Justice Krishna Iyer right from the time of emergency, because he was there in a two-bench, Justice Khanna and Justice VIBHUTI. Justice Krishna Iyer, they were also there in the bench when the hearing on emergency rule took place. So I think now Dr. Shalu Nigam can enlighten us about it.
Yeah, that judgment was, very, it has been discussed widely where Justice Khanna, he was the only judge who gave his dissenting judgment. And, that really created fear because, suddenly when you're sitting on a seat, you are, there are a lot of pressure from the government, from various other sides. But yeah, he had that kind of courage to give a very dissenting judgment. And there is another side of the story, which is not very well known, is that after giving this judgment, he was not being promoted, and those kind of things are there. But but at least some of the judges, they do have courage to to really come out and give the judgments against the state. And at that point of time when there was a lot of fear and a lot of things were going on, so I think that really played a very significant role. And even after today, like Justice Khanna, that role, what he played is most of the lawyers, they talk about it, in a very good way, that okay, at least someone who has shown courage during that point of time. So I think everyone should need that kind of that judgment.
Candle in the wind, no?
Yeah.
Yes, yeah. Because even among the academicians, I don't think, except for Professor Rajni Kothari, none of them stuck out the neck against emergency that we saw. The most stalwarts whose books we used to read and quote and all, they all considered emergency to be very progressive. It was mainly to curtail the sectarian and right-wing forces. And same with the judiciary. I think except for Justice Khanna, I think one doesn't know any other. I think Soli Sorabji also opposed, no?
Yeah, and no, basically, I just like to talk to you about the role of Jayaprakash Narayan. I think he played a very important role, because when I go to the PUC meetings and I heard about his role and the way he organized students at that moment. I think Bihar and Gujarat, they have a lot of student unions which were very.
We are the product of that, the Navnirbhan movement. While Mr. Lalu Prasad and all, they were the product of Sampurna Kranti movement under leadership of Jayaprakash. They were students in Bihar. We were students.
Yeah. So even the philosophy, they come out with like total revolution support, Sampurna Kranti, and those kind of ideology and that kind of thing, that people should have more power rather than the government. So representative democracy, I think many of the leaders were against that. So even Gandhi talked about Gram Swaraj and strengthening the villages rather than giving power, say like centralization of power.
Also, the term grassroots democracy, for the first time we heard the grassroots democracy. Even discovering Gramsci and the role of civil society in shaping the
Yeah, so you may be knowing a lot of things about it. I think we should share some these kind of experiences.
That's right. No, I said that otherwise it would be incomplete if we don't
Yeah.
bring Justice Khanna.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah. Thank you. We had a really lively session. Albertina and Dr. Shalu, both of you made it so lively and very, very, so many fruitful thoughts we got. Fruitful thoughts. Yeah. So the
Thank you, ma'am.
legacy.
It's always a pleasure to be learning from you. As we come to the end of day 5 of LPPYF Law and Public Policy Youth Fellowship Cohort 3.0 Summer 2024 Advancing Justice, Bridging Gaps in Public Policy Enforcement, an online national summer school program, a 1-month immersive online law and public policy awareness certificate training course and internship program, I, Ritika Pandey, researcher at IMPRI, Impact and Policy Research Institute, would like to propose a formal vote of thanks on behalf of IMPRI, New Delhi. We are grateful to our experts for the Day 5 session, Advocate Dr. Albertina Almeida ji and Advocate Dr. Shalu Nigam ji for taking out their valuable time, allowing us to learn from this online certificate program. We thank our chair, Professor VIBHUTI Patel ji, for convening all the sessions. We thank all of our participants who have raised pertinent questions and actively participated in today's deliberation. We look forward to welcoming you next Tuesday, that is on July 16, for our day 6 of this certification course. We are grateful if you are watching us later on YouTube or listening to us on various podcasts or reading our publications. We hope you continue to join in future to our IMPRI Web Policy Talk and Web Policy Learning. Wishing you a good day. Thank you.
Thank you, Ritika, for conducting the sessions with you.
Shalvi ji has raised hand. Shalvi, you want to add anything?
I just had a quick question. I am on the verge of doing a plagiarism check for my research, but I don't have access to Turnitin because that
If
is.
you have free Turnitin, free Turnitin.
I will check to that. If I face an issue, I will write an email to IMPRI.
Yeah.
Okay, ma'am.
Today also I shared with one of the participants. Free Turnitin link. Yeah. You will have to do page-wise. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, everyone.